So if you want, you can have like really plush and luscious breakfast like this at an all-day breakfast cafe in UAE, or you can go around UAE, just a hop, step and a jump from each other to have some really good breakfast from all around the world. That's right, today on the Minority Taste, you are gonna go with me to have breakfast from around the world just in UAE. Let's go. Good morning everyone, my name is Ruzaina Haji and you're on the Minority Taste. Usually we have breakfast at home, but on weekends we like to get out of the house since we are allowed this year. You have to come really early in the morning to get the Nasi Lemak, and the roti Chennai is available throughout the day, but to get the Nasi Lemak you have to come here really early. So it is a mamak, but it is at a petrol station and it's the only authentic Malaysian mamak you get here in UAE. Take a look at the Nasi Lemak. So that is the beautiful crispy fried chicken that you get in Malaysia, and it is the same here in UAE. It's so delicious. Peanut and the anchovies fried, boiled egg, the usual, and that beautiful sambal. So good, man. It's just like I've gone to Malaysia right now. The rice is so fragrant, like you get that pandan flavor and that milk, the coconut milk and the pandan flavor. It's so good. You can have like the rice on its own. It's so fragrant. I think there's a little bit, yeah, that's pandan and coconut milk. Yum. It's that beautiful sambal and the rice. Beautiful, flavorful, crispy chicken. So good. Look at that. It's spicy, it's crispy, it's flavorful. Dip it in that sambal and it's so good. It's not like your southern fried chicken. It is packed with a lot of spices and flavors, and then they marinate it for a couple of hours probably, and then they fry it. The batter is full of spices. It's so yum. And this is a breakfast dish. This is breakfast, Malaysian Mamak style breakfast here in UAE. All in one bite. Oh my god, that combination is just stunning in your mouth, and this is just a breakfast dish. The fragrant rice and the peanuts and the anchovies give that texture and bite and that playfulness in your mouth. Then you get the eggs, which gives that body and volume, and then you get the fried spicy chicken, which is absolutely delicious, mixed in with that beautifully rich, aromatic, flavorful sambal together. It's just a match made in heaven. And I'll be washing it all down with the Tarek. Yum. So another thing that you absolutely have to try is the Bandung. Now the Bandung is with rose syrup and condensed milk. Now it's like a faluda, but not like a faluda. I have no idea how they get this taste, but if you have tried the faluda, you know the faluda is with condensed milk and rose syrup, but it's different. It's so different. There's some unique taste to it that comes out of your nostrils once you have it. It's the same but different. It's similar but different. Like the flavor of it has a slight twist to it. I really can't put my finger on it, but it's really, really yum, and you have to try it out. It's so good. Now Faluda usually comes really, really iced, but Bandung you can have it warm or cold. Since I'm having my hot tea already, and I'm going to have my second breakfast at the Mamak because I can't miss it out. The roti Chennai, which is coming up right now. Thank you. If you've been to Malaysia, you know that their roti Chennai is the top notch, like the best in the world. It's so crispy and flaky at the same time. We're gonna dip it in that curry. Everything together. You have to have it all together. You dip it in the fish curry, the dal curry, and that sambal with the roti Chennai. That's how you have it. That is the original way to eat it. It's such a simple dish. It's just the roti Chennai, flavorful sour fish curry, and the dal curry, and the sambal. It's just simple flavors, but the combination it together is like absolutely bomb. So I'm gonna feed you now. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely.
We came back into the city and we are off to our next stop, and I have been missing airports because we haven't been traveling this year. So I'm going to go into a place where it reminds you of busy airports and late night flights.
One of the most famous breakfast joints or breakfast spots that the whole world seems to be liking, especially if you're a traveler. You definitely have stopped at McDonald's for breakfast. The muffin, you got the sausage. Take a look at that. Okay, the muffin, the cheese, the egg, the sausage, steam coming out from there. And when you're at McDonald's, who doesn't have the hash brown, right? The crispy, crunchy hash brown. So golden and so beautiful. Look at that. Oh yeah. You might not be a person who loves junk food, but nobody can deny that the hash brown at McDonald's is number one. Numero uno. If you know a place that does hash brown better than McDonald's, do comment below. I'm gonna put some ketchup. Breakfast McDonald's, I love you. So in UAE, wraps are really famous. You get the McDonald's wrap, you get the burger wrap. So in UAE in general, at McDonald's you get the wraps, like synonym for the shawarma. So I have got the hash brown and sausage wrap. This is the first time I'm having it. So that's a tortilla wrap. I was expecting like a shawarma wrap, that roti, but it's a tortilla wrap. And it has scrambled egg, the hash brown, and a turkey slice. Let's give this a go. That is really good. I think I like this better than the sausage McMuffin. One more thing before we go to our next breakfast ventures.
Cheese and egg, cheese and chips, cheese and za'atar, cheese and egg, cheese and honey, cheese and za'atar, Then Nutella.
Rgag is a flat, crispy pancake that is sold almost all over UAE. But watch out for these places because there are tiny tuck shops that sells these, and you will miss it if you don't look out for them. So they just pan fry it on a flat griddle like this. It's not actually frying, it's actually making it like a pancake or crepe, and then they stuff it or fill it with whatever filling that you prefer. The list is so long. Basically they stuff this Rgag with anything that you like. I have chosen the Nutella and the egg and cheese. There is so many other flavors as well. Rgag is the most popular and the most valued snack in UAE, and it's a definite must try. So keep this on your list as a must try in UAE.
So if you're an extreme fan of Nutella, then you're gonna like it. It gives a very ice cream cone, like a waffle cone like texture and flavor in your mouth. Yeah, more like a ice cream cone kind of thing. Not my thing, but maybe you like it since if you like Nutella. So next up is the egg and cheese. It's already got a little soft like a pancake effect. And oh man, all that cheese and egg, it's still piping hot. Yeah, it's still really hot, so watch out. Oh my god, that is so good. That's like a pancake meets waffle meets dosa. If you know what a dosa is like a crispy Indian pancake. So yeah, it's like a waffle meets dosa meets pancake meets egg and cheese. It does look like a crepe, but it tastes completely different to a crepe. It's more similar to a dosa, but with a little bit of hints of that pancake flavor. So let's go to the next place for our next breakfast selection.
For our next breakfast spot, we are going to South Asia. You will find South Asian restaurants and tuck shops all over UAE selling really good food for really affordable prices.
So basically for breakfast you have to have the karak or the samoan tea. The samoan tea usually comes in it's boiled in a copper pot. So the flavor of the copper is in the water, and then when they mix the tea with the milk and everything, it gives that special flavor. You get it for breakfast and for dinner. Have it for breakfast, it's really good. Have the karak in UAE, so is the samoan tea. Oh yeah, you get that smoky flavor and that metallic taste to it, but it all combined together is really yum. That's a very good refreshing start. So usually in South Asian breakfast places or restaurants in general, they always give you a healthy start like shredded vegetables and cucumbers and lime. It's a good way to start your breakfast. So that is your spicy scrambled egg, also known as anda bhuji. Really popular here for breakfast. And there you go, huge piece of chicken. Oh wow, and look at that curry, so thick. Look how thick and luscious that creamy sauce is, and it's quite mild. So I'm gonna dip. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's mild, it's rich, it's luscious, it's creamy. Really good warm start for your day. My chicken, I'm gonna start shredding that a little bit and pour in that thick gravy sauce. Then you take your anda bhuji, I'm gonna put in some extra chilies in there, more chilies in there, and a little more chilies in there. Then roll it up. It's just like the McDonald's wrap, but the South Asian style. It's so good this way. The chicken masala is really creamy and smooth and warm, and it's really good for breakfast. Next stop is to try a very famous dish where you can have for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It doesn't matter, but usually people have it for breakfast and dinner, or sometimes even tea. Like I said, there's no time for this. It is usually had for breakfast as well. It's good to take and go. It's the famous Manakesh. Thank you. Basically, you can find this in any Lebanese bakery. You can just feel how fresh the meat is in that. And look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. Wow. Oh yeah, that's a lot of natural fresh cheese. It's not the processed cheese. Every Lebanese restaurant has their own cheeses and their own za'atar mix. Even za'atar is like, mixed with different spices and herbs, and they have their own recipe for it. So it's gonna taste different from Lebanese restaurant to restaurant to each different bakery. But yeah, that looks so good. You'll be having this morning, day and night. It's so good.
For our final stop, we stop at a cafe. Now you will find cafes all over UAE. It's the most famous sort of lifestyle cafes, and everyone who are residents of UAE loves having all day breakfast at cafes like this.
A lot of people love cafes. A lot of people love having this all-day breakfast kind of cafes. Really easily accessible from the airport to hotels to the roadside. You will find really plush cafes like this, but it is to the high-end pricey side.
That's it for our breakfast vlog today. See you on my next episode on the Minority Taste. Please like, share and subscribe, and see you next time.